Ruby, I'm going to move on to you, and I wanted to get back to the idea of language. And since we're talking about indigenous languages in India, there's this huge debate about how important a script is. And when I was reading your catalog, I saw that there are books in Roman Santhali. So it is the Santhali language, but in the Roman script. So how important do you feel a script, keeping up a script is? And do you think that's not important to keep alive the language?
Culture has been lost for many reasons, and not having one's own script is not really the main contributor. So let me begin by saying that tribal literature. So for the world at large, tribal literature is correspondent with folklore. So my problem is not with this one-dimensional understanding of tribal literature being folklore or mythical, etc., but then the then-derived hypothesis that advanced cultures have produced, advanced societies, have produced culture, and Adivasi societies, being a low culture, have not really contributed to Indian society or culture because it is mythical. So for us, that's why it's so important now to produce literature. So we are part of Indian society, and whether we've come from oral traditions, it should not matter. But then we've been written about for over 200 years now, but we've only taken to writing in the last 50 or 60 years. The first script that was used for many indigenous languages in India was the Roman script. Mostly the missionaries introduced it. So they were the ones who learned the language, gave us the Roman script, and started writing about us. So the notion again of writing, who is writing? Because that script was still not ours. We had not learned that script yet, so we were not writing. We were still not writing. So then again, if you look at the way indigenous cultures have been maintained, it has been written by people who knew the importance of writing, who also knew the importance of writing a version of history. So it is again a way of the dominant people who know that it's important to write, which means it's also important to give an official version of what they think is history, and then that is again a way of perpetuating the feudal order. So how can the powerless now, reading all of that has gone down as tribal history, challenge it? Which is why now we begin to write. But then if you look at the Santali language, we don't have a state of our own, which means we depend on the regional dominant language to write. We are spread over 5 states. So in Bengal, we write in Bangla. In Jharkhand, we write in Devanagari. We have the Roman script, so in Assam and Jharkhand, a lot of us write in the Roman. Then you have Oriya. Then you have a new script, which is called the Olchiki. So officially, the Santals write in 5 scripts. Very good. But suddenly, the government of West Bengal and Orissa say that Olchiki should be the official script. The Sahitya Academy also says we will only accept submissions in the Olchiki. Now, Olchiki has been created by a Santal, and it is a very artistic script. Now, for many of us, we don't have the luxury to learn that because we don't have training schools, we don't have experts in the cities we are in. But then also, when you are in the city, it makes more sense to learn, let's say, a Hindi or the dominant language. That's what's going to get food on your table. So what's primarily happening is people and Santals who write in the Olchiki script are the ones who are getting the grants. They are the ones winning awards. I, as a Santal who is literate in, let's say, one script, can't enjoy that literature. What do I do? So a Santal is winning an award, excellent. What is he writing? What is he or she writing about? We don't know. How do you enjoy that? What's primarily happening then is you deny a people literature because they don't write in what is considered the official script. So when you have 5, why choose 1? I mean, how did you choose that? So I would think now, even though we are writing, we are new writers, new readers, what's going to happen is we will probably